So in this construction, what we want to do is see how we can bisect a given angle. So here we have an angle, and what we want to do is to draw a line through this angle so that we create two smaller but equal angles inside. Okay? So the first thing we are going to do is label the vertex of our angle here, and we're going to label this the point A. Okay? And what we're going to do now is placing the needle of the compass on this point here of the vertex, we are going to draw a circle which will intersect the two arms of our angle. You can draw it any radius you so wish, but make sure you draw it large enough so that you leave room for more construction lines. So we'll just draw that circle now. Okay, so we have drawn our circle centered at the point A, and what we want to do now is mark where this circle intersects the two arms of our angle. So up here we're going to mark the point B, and down here we'll mark the point C. So the next thing we need to do is to draw two further circles, one centered around the point B and one centered around the point C. We have two conditions on these circles. The first condition is that the radius of the circle around the point B is the same as the radius of the circle around the point C. So whatever you set the compass at for the first circle, keep the compass at the same setting when you draw the second circle. The second condition that we have is that the radius of our circle must be greater than half the distance between the points B and C. The reason we have this condition is that we need these two circles to intersect, so the radius must be greater than half the distance between them. So we'll draw the circle around the point B. Okay, and now we'll draw the circle with the same radius around the point C. So what we are doing, now that we have drawn these two circles, is we want to highlight their points of intersection. We'll label this point D, and this point over here we'll label E. So now our construction is pretty much complete. All we have left to do is to draw a line from the point A through the points E and D. Okay, and that is our angle bisected. So now we know how to bisect an angle. Let's have a look at why this works. So to enable us to see why we say this is a valid construction, we need to draw two more lines. The first line from the point B to the point D, and the second line from the point C to the point D. Okay, so now we have drawn those lines. If we take a look here, we have a triangle ABD. And we have a triangle ACD. Now, the length of the line segment AB is equal to the length of the line segment AC because they are both radius lines from the same circle. So we can say that AB has the same length as AC. Similarly, the line BD is the same length as the line CD. So I know these are radius lines of different circles, but remember we had the condition that these two circles must be of the same radius, and therefore BD and CD will be equal. Finally, we have the line AD, or the line segment AD. And this is common to both our triangles. So what we have is two congruent triangles, and they are congruent by side, side, side. And we know that this tells us that this angle here is the same size as this angle here. So our construction is correct, and we have bisected the original angle.